Hi, my name is Christina Schindler. This is for my English assignment, research assignment, and my topic is on Common Core. Specifically, how does Common Core do with children with disability? And the reason why I'm going to answer not well is because of the obvious reasons that I'm going to tell you. Because of the huge achievement gap, because of the not well explained courses, and the lack of instruction that were taught to the teachers. Now, let me start this off by explaining what the government expects for these children. Through the New York State Department of Education, I picked it because I'm from New York, they believe that through accommodations, differentiated instruction, instructional shifts, and less restrictive environments are supposed to help these students succeed under Common Core, no matter how severe their disability is. So then I thought to myself, okay, well, what do they think, what do the curriculum they believe will solve this? They believe under the Common Core English Arts section that the following things will help students with disabilities succeed. Teachers are supposed to select a text that will be easy for them to read and understand. To target the Common Core, meaning that change a little words here and there into the kind of rule, kind of do whatever you want, Adapt the text and writing portion, because writing is so vigorous in Common Core that they want teachers to be well adapted to teaching these students with disability writing, and plus writing more of a complex vocabulary. Lastly, develop a lesson plan that both the teacher and the students will understand. I need the same thing for Common Core Math. In Common Core Math, it's a lot of complex word problems, which can be a huge issue for students with disabilities, obviously. So the following things are supposed to help these kids, succeed. Have a clear lesson plan, create access to the problem, make word problems clear as possible, pick a problem type selection, have multiple answers to a question, and have a meaningful story to them. All these things are supposed to help, but does it really? That's why I've said to myself, okay, grab the data. So I did. Through a database, I found a study where they took 300 students between no-risk students and at-risk students, which are usually the students with a learning disability. And for the 3 years, consecutive years, they would throw different testing at them to see how well they would do. First year was just kind of the regular standard testing you would find, whatever. Second year, you would find a little bit of a Common Core kind of, answers, questions, so forth. Third year was the whole Common Core curriculum. And the results are staggering. The rate of learning of very low performing students came to a halt, increasing the achievement gap from year 1 to year 2. So when there was that shift to Common Core. The achievement gap of very low performers who were served by instruction increased from a deficit of 0.64 standard to 1.10 and so on. Wow. So, pretty much, and I also have a graph right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of just shows you, this is students with special education and then students that didn't, and it shows this huge gap between success, and, fail. And this is from 3 years. And that shows us that there's a huge issue. And I know that I should have taken more graphs and more data and whatever, But there's still more sources that I found that says otherwise. For example, through The Atlantic, Catherine Beals, who's a very well-known lecturer, said that Common Core is failing because Common Core doesn't suit for each student. There's no one student for each all, if that makes sense. Like, there's not one system for each person to succeed. Everybody was kind of set at a standard and expect to succeed. Children with disabilities are expected to read Shakespeare, Huckleberry Finn, so on and so forth, even if they have a grade level 3 learning, reading experience. It just doesn't make any sense. Of course, with like Huffington Post, otherwise, that they kind of went back at this, said that's not right, No Child Left Behind Act has helped these kids, succeed, get out of college, start a family, have a job, like do all these great things in life. But the problem is that we're seeing an alarming rate of students with disabilities opting out. As I said, from my last source, from Hetching Report. Now, they said some alarming things. They said statewide, just 5% of students with disabilities were proficient in English, with 7% in proficient in math. And this is from, of course, New York. Now, that's an alarming rate. And many parents of students with disabilities are letting their kids opt out of these standardized testings because they don't want their kids to be stressed out, not be able to understand the complex of the students. So it's important for people to understand how much of a problem this whole topic is. As I said, we need to focus on these children and we need to help them succeed better, because if we don't, we're going to see more dropouts, we're going to see more achievement gaps, and we're going to see more disparity between them and their classmates. Thank you.